Hello Internet, welcome to Bazzle Stadium Live, the last Bazzle Stadium before Series 6 is upon us, which had not been announced before I recorded all the last episodes, so this will be interesting. And also one more episode with a patron team. This one lovingly delivered to me with a disclaimer that I don't own the game or play VGC LMAO. So yeah, I mean the guy, I know you play on Showdown a little bit. He obviously knows how VGC works a bit, at least. There's some things on this that work well together. There's obviously the weakness policy and the Ice Shard with Mr. Wine. But generally this team is very fast. It is pretty offensive. I'm going to struggle against Trick Room here because there's no taunt on anything. There's no way to get around redirection or whatnot. Yeah, so Series 6 looks interesting. Yeah, I don't know what my plan is at the moment. I guess I'm going to try and record on the 1st of September with a brand new, I say a brand new Series 6 team. Oh, this looks interesting. This guy was ranked quite highly as well, too. But he's got Trick Rooms. I can't get around Trick Room. Oranguru. Okay, yeah. It's a normal type, yes. I can't max Phantasm it. But yeah, if I'm going to be recording with a team adapted from one I've used in the past to Series 6, because, most of the teams I have built in the past have almost been Series 6 anyway, haven't they? I could use an adapted one, or if I've got time to make a new team, I will as well, but I'm planning on recording on September. Can't believe it's pretty much September, and get the episode out on a Tuesday on time for that. That's the plan, hopefully. But let's try and get at least a win with this team. I do want to win at least one game with this team. I really do. So let's go with Mr. Rhyme and Dragapult, because I don't know how else I'm going to stop Trick Room here, but hoping a +2 Wormwind gets it. With who do we want in the back then? I mean, Inteleon doesn't really do anything here, does it? How do we hit that rock thing? Dreadnought, whatever it's called. Right, let's go Talonflame and Jolteon then, in the back too. Inteleon could have done something, would have helped us a little bit against the Escavalier. Talonflame, yeah, maybe, I mean, with the rain up, we'll see. Freeze Dry will be super effective on the Dreadnought, but at the same time, if it's got Swift Swim, it can just hit the Mr. Rhyme for super effective damage, can't it? Okay, I'm imagining this Dreadnought is going to maybe Dynamax or Gigantamax then, perhaps. But what can it do to Dragapult? It probably learns Dark Attacks. You would imagine so, wouldn't you? But, I mean, I could just go for the Freeze Dry and the Dynamax straight away. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Ice Shard my Dragapult. That was Ice Shard, wasn't it? Just want to make sure I'm not trying to Freeze Dry myself. Yeah, Ice Shard, Dragapult, activate the weakness policy. I'm going to Dynamax. And I'm going to max Wormwind to reduce the attack stat of that Dreadnought. But which one do I target? The Pelipper's probably got the Sash. But the Dreadnought's probably going to Dynamax or Gigantamax. I'm going to do it into the Pelipper, because then if he doesn't target the Mr. Rhyme, I can just Ice Shard the Pelipper next turn. He might be going for a Tailwind, though, with the Pelipper, in which case I have got Talonflame in the back, we can do something. But either way, whichever one I target, the Dreadnought is going to be at reduced attack. So oh, okay. No Dynamax or Gigantamax either. What's happening? I'm waiting in anticipation. Oh, just a Rock Slide. Okay then. Mr. Rhyme avoids it. Yes, Mr. Rhyme. Okay. Although that still did a chunk to Dragapult there. Yeah, and we do see that Dreadnought is indeed Swift Swim, and is indeed faster than our Dragapult there. So Tailwind will not save us from this speedy rock thing. Alright, well, Mr. Rhyme, what are you going to do here then? Now, Mr. Mime does get Wide Guard, and so does Mr. Rhyme, I guess, but this isn't Assault Vest, Mr. Rhyme. Else, Wide Guard would be very, very handy right now. We don't really want to swap much in on a Rock Slide either, do we? So maybe we say Mr. Rhyme's done its job, try and survive, and try and freeze dry the Dreadnought. And I suppose if I airstream into the... Yeah, I'm going to airstream into the Pelip here, because this prevents him from getting Dragon Ball. Okay, it would be nice if Mr. Rhyme avoided that. It might not knock it out anyway. Yeah, actually, Mr. Rhyme is a lot bulkier than I was thinking. Please don't flinch, Mr. Rhyme, and you're actually going to do something. But anyway, yeah, we get the airstream, which prevents him from tailwinding. It's going to knock him out because we've got a weakness policy activated. And now, at +1 speed, our Dragon Ball should be faster than his Dreadnought. So please don't flinch, Mr. Rhyme. Yes, and we got a freeze dry off. Nice one. I'm actually surprised how little that Rock Slide did to Mr. Rhyme. You know, super effective. It wasn't Life Orb. You know, oh, what's it called? I'm sure I've been saying its name and I've just forgotten it now. Oh, you know when you was younger and you went to your grandparents' house or something, just as an example, some old people, and you saw them fumbling around with a remote controller or for a TV or getting words and stuff mixed up, and you thought, oh, you old idiot, you don't know anything. And yeah, I feel like that now. I feel like I'm the old person that just forgets things. Dreadnought, that's what it was called. And there's a Lapras, which is not the best thing for us to see. And what is their other Pokemon? A Heliolisk. Okay. Okay. All right then. And we've got. Okay. I'm going to go for the double into this Heliolisk because I think the Lapras is the one that's going to be Gigantamax here. So this will pretty much. Oh, although looking at the ball there, I put my Electric type Pokemon in those repeat balls, is it? Oh no, it is a Lapras. So unless the Heliolisk protects here, it will be going down. But we've got Jolteon in the back. Can we get through this Lapras? Okay. So yeah, no for the Ice Shard there because I'm kind of assuming that the Heliolisk might have had the Focus Sash there. But now, what do we do? It is funny that they introduced Screen Cleaner as an ability here, which is going to go for the Resonance. Really knock out my Dragapult, not very good. But they introduced Screen Cleaner into the game as a way, I suppose, to maybe help with Lapras somewhat. But the problem is if you swap the Mr. Rhyme out and then swap it in on a Resonance, then you get rid of their Aurora Veil, and then they get the Aurora Veil. Sorry, microphone. They get the Aurora Veil back up again, straight away. So they get even more turns of Aurora Veil there. So that's not good. But now, how do we take care of this this Lapras then? Because I got the Aurora Veil up. I don't want to swap Mr. Rhyme out because the Screen Cleaner is effectively useless. If I go for a Yawn, he will have the Max Lightning, I'm imagining. Talonflame doesn't really do a whole lot for us here either, do we? But it's not like we can stall out the Aurora Veil turns enough to do damage with either of these. So I'll put Jolteon in. So he's got the Aurora Veil up. Nothing else. I've got Tailwind up, I think. Maybe. Not that it matters. No, I don't anymore. Rain's only up for 2 more turns. He's got his Gigantamax for 2 more turns. Okay. So Freeze Dry is neutral on a Lapras. Psyshock is neutral on a Lapras. Psyshock is more power. I can't freeze a Lapras because it is an Ice type. So I'm going to go for a Psyshock into the Lapras. And I'm going to detect my Jolteon here. Because that is surely going to be the threat for him. Yeah, minimal damage, but it's better than nothing. Max Geyser probably into the Jolteon. Yeah. Do we think this Lapras has got weakness policy. Can we see their team? There's nothing on their team that would make you think a self-activating weakness policy. So, do I go for a... I'm basically thinking, you know, I mean, I guess I'd just side shock again. But do I go for a Thunderbolt here, or do I go for a Yawn here? Or do I swap Jolteon out, sacrifice Talonflame, so that I can get a Thunderbolt onto the Lapras when it's not big? Let's think. I mean, if I'd gone for the Thunderbolt here, it would have done, you know, like 25% or so. It would have done a little amount of damage. Potentially activated a weakness policy, but I think he can one-shot almost everything anyway. And then we would have got Talonflame in for a Flare Blitz when it's normal-sized. And a Flare Blitz against a normal-sized Lapras is probably going to do less damage than... Yeah, Flare Blitz and Thunderbolt when it's Gigantamax is probably going to do less damage than... Thunderbolt. I'm not sure actually. That doesn't work out, does it? Maybe I should have just stayed in there then. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I probably did the right thing. I think I did do the right thing. I think. But now, do I protect the Jolteon? How many turns of Aurora Veil have they got left? 2 more turns, so it doesn't matter if unless I'm gonna try and go for a double protect, double detect. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, maybe I go for a Thunderbolt then. But like I could detect if he calls that, knocks out the Mr. Rhyme. I'm just gonna Thunderbolt here because he might call me detecting the Jolteon. Since I have played very passively these last few turns, he might just Hydro Pump the Mr. Rhyme. Oh well, paralysis could help us if he gets fully paralyzed. There is the weakness policy, so that means he will definitely knock out the Mr. Rhyme if he does target it here. But will 2 Psyshocks knock him out from here? I think it will. I think we've won the game. Unless he's got Blizzard. Hydro Pump. Yeah, he hits it. Okay, he did do that into the Jolteon. So I could have detected there. But Mr. Rhyme is going to win a game. Mr. Rhyme is going to win the game for us. I think. He hasn't got anything in the back, has he? Yeah, that I'm just forgetting about. Yeah, we can just Psyshock here. I think I think we've won the game. In which case, I'm very happy. Yeah, he's got Ice Shard. He is at +2, but I am an Ice type. And Mr. Rhyme, you know, we saw it took it was only just over half from that Life Orb Rock Slide from Dreadnought, wasn't it? So, I'm pretty satisfied with that. Yes, Mr. Rhyme won the game for us. Yeah, chipping away. And Jolteon as well, actually. Jolteon did some business for us. Which Jolteon is probably the member of the team that I was most skeptical of, you know, coming into using this team. I mean, this team has got, you know, some flaws, obviously, but we won the game there. Would have been interesting to see if they led with the Oranguru though, and went with the Trick Room mode, because I don't know if a +2 Wormwind would knock it out. I think it would. Because they didn't have any redirection there. So, you know, I would have been forced to go for the Ice Shard into my Dragapult, Max Wormwind into the Oranguru, and hoped it knocked it out. But one more game then against something with a recurring sound in it. And this guy has got a Trick Room option, so this will be the portion of the video where we lose. Because yeah, there's like he could literally just lead with Porygon 2. He doesn't even have to go with his Togekiss here. He could just lead Porygon 2, go for Trick Room with Araquanid in the back, and sweep through this team. I'm pretty sure. Because yeah, I mean, one thing to improve this team. Now I've been using this team. Now I've got a better idea of how I would improve it. I probably would put Taunt on either Talonflame or Whimsicott. I mean, I guess we've got Yawn on Jolteon. We can maybe try and Yawn some stuff to stall Trick Room out, maybe. But yeah, this team can't really get around Trick Room. It does need better answers to Trick Room. I mean, since there is a Talonflame with Tailwind and stuff, Whimsicott could be changed to a Moongus maybe, and that would be very good in this matchup, especially. But anyway, let's think about what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to lead with Jolteon and Inteleon. With Mr. Rhyme, because we've got to bring Mr. Rhyme, haven't we, and Dragapult in the back. And I'm leading Jolteon and Inteleon because Jolteon has actually got Helping Hand on it, I believe. And so we can, even if he leads with Cinderace and Togekiss for the redirection, I can go for a Helping Hand, Life Orb boosted Snipe Shot, which will knock out the Cinderace, even if it does Dynamax, which is good, or Gigantamax even. If he leads with Porygon 2 and tries to go Trick Room, then I've got Yawn with that as well. But, okay. Didn't take the Rillaboom into consideration there. That's not good. Okay then. So yeah, Rillaboom is just going to knock out everything. We haven't got any way to change terrain on this team, have we? Yeah, we haven't got... yeah, there's Talonflame and Whimsicott that we didn't bring. I guess in hindsight, Talonflame would have been good here, but we can't just... Yeah, we can't stop them grassy gliding and everything, can we? Even if we Dynamax the Inteleon, I'm not sure what happens there. Let's find out. If this turn 1 goes horribly wrong, then nothing happens. Nothing happens, and we'll just go on to the next game. But like, if it's a banded grassy glide, even with me Dynamaxing this Inteleon here, I think it'll knock it out, which obviously we don't want. If he Dynamaxes his Rillaboom here and it's not Assault Vested with a Helping Hand, maybe we still get it. We've got a Life Orb after all. If he's Assault Vest and he doesn't Dynamax with a Helping Hand, we might still get it. So there's Helping Hand. Grassy Glide. Come on, Inteleon, you're a sturdy lizard. You're a sturdy lizard. But, okay, we're going to knock the Rillaboom out, but at the same time, there's Hail now, and we've got Life Orb recoil. This Inteleon has maybe only got one more turn left to attack. I think it does survive the Hail here. Let's closely watch. It does, with 3 HP. Okay. Well, there you go. We knocked out a Rillaboom. Yeah, I mean we can we can claim that as a victory, maybe. But I mean, okay, I mean we're not in the worst situation. Yeah, okay, so he's going to try and Trick Room here. So now I'm going to Yawn into the Porygon 2. The Arachnid's probably going to Protect because he will expect an attack from, well, maybe even just he's threatened by a Thunderbolt, maybe from the Jolteon. But maybe he's expecting an Airstream or something from the Arachnid, from the Inteleon 2. So maybe we just get as much damage. I mean, if I go for Max Guys, I'm getting the rain up for him, aren't I? And yeah, this team, like I'm saying, this team literally just can't handle Trick Room. There's no way for us to stop the Trick Room here. We can Yawn it, and the next turn, you know, we're going to be looking decent. But I'm going to Max Guys it. It'll do more damage, but the Arachnid's going to one-shot everything we've got anyway, rain up or not, really, isn't it? So we'll go for the Yawn, which does kind of pressure the Porygon 2 to maybe swap next turn, but with the Arachnid in Trick Room, it's game over, isn't it? So yeah, that's a lot of damage to the Porygon 2, actually. I mean, we have still got the Dragapult in the back. I wonder if there is any way that we can. I'm very good at just sort of writing games up, aren't I? Like, you know, if it's not a tournament game or whatever, it's just, you know, if it's just for fun, then I'm like, oh, you know, can't win, whatever. You know, Mr. Rhyme will be one shot to liquidation. Dragapult won't be. Mr. Rhyme can hit it super effective with Freeze Dry. Dragapult can't. We saw it's got Protect as well, so he has got his whole Dynamax turns too. maybe I put Mr. Rhyme in here, and because that forces him to knock out one of the Pokemon, and I will get an attack into the Araquanid. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to go for a Yawn into the Araquanid, which kind of forces him to target the Jolteon. I think he's going to target the Jolteon here. So how hard do I want to be? How hard do I want to make a call here? Because Araquanid surely is going to target the Jolteon. Especially because he's got Cinderace in the bag. And, you know, Cinderace is just going to laugh at Mr. Rhyme, isn't it? So maybe I detect the Jolteon here. And try for a Freeze Dry. We can try for a Freeze. Okay, Porygon 2 is staying in. Liquidation. Oh dear. Well, being hard was not the way there. And now, yeah, okay. So, yeah, okay, fair enough. Game over. Thought we had the chance. Okay, so let's say we didn't make that call, and we just, you know, went for a Yawn, went for a Freeze Dry into the Araquanid. I'm surprised he hasn't Dynamaxed it either, because that would have stopped a Fake Out, which would have, you know, in turn stalled out one of his turns of Trick Room. But now he's going to target into the Jolteon. He is surely going to target into the Jolteon here, but I'll still try and go for a Yawn into it, and I'll go for a Phantom Force, because that'll waste a turn of Trick Room as well. But yeah, let's say I didn't detect my Jolteon there. He knocked out the thing. I would have Yawned into the Araquanid. Interesting, yes, so that he would have let me got that off, or even a Thunderbolt. Okay, he is the Dynamax now. Is that a Safari Ball? Never seen the Safari Ball so far in this new game. Yeah. Big Araquanid. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, really. I mean, if I hadn't made that hard call, the Araquanid would have been forced to... Yeah. The next turn we could have double protected Dragapult and... Well, there you go. It does one-shot everything in the rain. Could have double protected the next turn, and that would have either put him to sleep or forced him to switch into his Cinderace, which wouldn't have been good for us either, to be honest. I think either way we were going to be losing this game. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, it's just a failure of this team, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah, I think swapping Whimsicott into a Moongus or something like that would make this team much more solid. Yeah, that was a bit of a strange turn, though. I thought he kind of had to target the Jolteon there. Yeah, if I didn't detect, I would have Yawned into it. Then the next turn, I would have protected Jolteon, protected Dragapult, and if he went to sleep, fantastic. But I think he probably would have swapped it into the Cinderace because he didn't Dynamax it that turn. He would have swapped it into the Cinderace on my double protect, and then Cinderace is still faster in Trick Room than the Dragapult and the Jolteon, and he's still at his Dynamax. So, you know, the Cinderace would have swept through in Trick Room, as strange as that sounds, just because this team has got so many fast Pokemon on it. Cinderace in Trick Room would have been a good against me. So, there we go. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter about that second game. I'm just really happy that we got a win in the first game. Mr. Rhyme got to do something. We activated our weakness policy. What else did Mr. Rhyme do? Oh, it freeze-dried I've forgotten its name again. The Jaw Pokemon. The begins with a C, doesn't it? I keep thinking Crawdaunt, but it's not Crawdaunt. The Dreadnought. It doesn't begin with a C. The Dreadnought. We knocked out the Dreadnought. And with those two side shocks at the end, we knocked out the Lapras as well too. So Mr. Rhyme, yeah, whatever. We can say that's a successful video for Mr. Rhyme. And a successful video for my brain finally as well, remembering the names of these Pokemon. So anyway, thank you for watching, guys. It is the end of August, so yeah, it's September very, very, very soon. So a new month. If you want to join on the Patreon, that's the right time to do it. So do that if you want to. Please like and share and comment. You know, I still love reading everything. But I will be back on the 1st of September with something very different. Don't know what it'll be, but it'll be something very different. So thank you very much, and I will see you then. Goodbye for now.